Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is 7:41, and you know, at some point most of us had to have an internship of some kind. But are your college students looking for an internship this spring, or maybe even high school? More often than not, they are unpaid, but a new law is changing that in some cases. So when should interns be paid, and when do they work free? Our career coach, Don Strankowski, is here to answer all of your questions about this. Good to see you.
Good morning.
So what are some of the legal requirements? And by the way, you actually talked to some business owners who weren't necessarily super aware of this.
In an informal poll that I took, a lot of the business owners weren't real clear on the law. A lot of them didn't know there was a law regarding unpaid internships. But I mean, there's a lot of value behind an internship. For a student, they get to learn real world experience and work skills. And for an employer, they can find temporary, part-time, even full-time employees. But there are some laws around internships. Now, if it's a paid internship, the student or the intern pretty much follows the rules of any regular employee. But if the internship is unpaid, the U.S. Department of Labor has outlined or put out 6 important criteria that the company needs to follow. And really 2 of the most important ones, Brooke, are the training needs to be purely for the benefit of the intern, and number 2, the intern can't displace a regular worker or contribute really to the bottom line directly of an organization, which does leave the law a little bit murky.
Well, it makes sense, though, when you think about it. If the person is making it possible for you to not fill a position, then you need to think about the payment process there. What about in terms of getting the most out of an internship? What do you recommend?
Right, for interns, number 1, they can be kind of difficult to gain. Goldman Sachs had 350 positions for internships last year and had over 17,000 applicants.
Wow.
So think you do have to go through an interview process. So interns should really prepare like any other job interview and do their research and have some good questions, be prepared to answer some questions. But once they actually land that internship, Brooke, number 1 is take initiative. So volunteer for projects and really set some goals with your supervisor. Have regular meetings and check-ins, but go up and above so you can start to develop that work reputation. Number 2 would be to make as many contacts as you possibly can. So maybe develop a mentor relationship and talk to other people within the organization, and maybe even get out and join some trade groups and associations. And if it is a paid internship and the intern is actually contributing to the value of the organization, developing a work portfolio. So saving some examples of your work and examples of some of the projects you've been working on. Those are things you can use in a job interview further down the road.
Oh, it's so valuable. Don, thank you. Those
Thank you
are
for having
really
me.
helpful tips, you know, because Jen, we've all been in that situation. I'm sure you did internships too.
Yeah, and I followed all those. I mean, that's, you know, I interned with CNN International and walked out of there with a tape.
Nice.
Yeah, kind of have to have that when you were working in television, but definitely, I think that's some great advice, guys. Let me take